I've got some. There's a group on here. You guys will see them. Several of them are my first wave who've signed up for coaching. And I just so appreciate them and their level of engagement. So if you guys see them around the market center, Manny, Robert, Laura, this is looking at you guys. And I just lost all of my people hanging out. I was trying to see who else is on here. The whole group that has been signed up from the beginning and engaged from the beginning, and we are super excited to be working with them. You'll hear more about that later, but you guys are doing a great job, and we are grateful to be in business with you.
Awesome. And I'll go ahead and speak up. I just want to thank everyone here at the Market Center, the leadership team and the agents and everyone who's made me feel so welcome. Last week was Mega Camp. It was kind of crazy and exciting at the same time. We'll talk more about that. And this week I've really tried to settle in, and I've had a lot of support and help, and I'm extremely grateful for that. So anyone else have buckets to fill?
I'll fill John Crompton's bucket. For the last 45 minutes, we were just down in the training room and lead generating, and it was a lot of fun energy, and it was good to be back with Johnny Cromp. So yeah. I want to give him a quick shout out. That was a lot of fun.
Something we should do more often, right?
100%. It was awesome.
Awesome. So anyone else? Bucket filling?
I got a couple. I need to do a better job of this on a regular basis, but definitely see who I saw on here. Laura Fox first. Laura's, she's working a transaction right now for a seller that has had some stuff come up, and she's gone to bat, met with attorneys. I think she's even gone to bat with the HOA. So that's awesome. No surprise. Laura's an amazing agent. And then Winnie, same, also has had some challenges with some clients that she's jumped up and really kind of gone to bat for them. So it's been awesome to see. Everyone does this. A lot of people do this. I'm not saying other people don't. This within the last week. It's been awesome to watch.
Fantastic. I'm going to make the bucket filling a little bit easier on you guys in the future. I'm going to put a bucket up at the front desk with little bucket filling note cards, so that as things happen that you're excited about and you want to fill someone's bucket, you can make a note of it. So 2 weeks later, you don't have to try to remember it. And then we can just continue to move forward. So anybody else got a bucket to fill? No? Okay. So moving forward, I want to talk about recognition. And I've had a conversation with some of you like face-to-face, and some of you by phone, and I want to recognize everyone for their accomplishments moving forward. And this month we have 2 cappers that are that have 2 agents who have capped, and it may even be first time for them. So Chi Babick and Patty Blackstock, I believe. And so I have hats. You can pick which one you want, and I would love to meet you in person. If I haven't already, come by the office and please see me and enjoy 100% of your commissions. So congratulations, ladies. That's awesome. And for those of you who have capped prior and have not properly been recognized, please come see me if you don't have your cap, and I will get that to you, and we will do this moving forward. Recognize some firsts. So all of us who've been in the business for a long time, we may have forgotten what it felt like when we had that very first closing or that first listing. So these are the agents that have had their first KW closing this month: Stephen Walker, Karen Young, Kristen Bieri, Chris Beatty. So congratulations to those agents on their first KW closing. And first listing goes to Jackie Bean. So congratulations, Jackie, and wish you continued success on that. Would like to welcome some new faces to the family. And I was going to ask Chip to just talk about what it means to be a new stakeholder.
Yeah, absolutely happy to have that conversation with everybody. First of all, welcome to the new stakeholders. But really, why do we use the name stakeholders? Because here's the beauty about Keller Williams. You have this unique opportunity to be part of a company that is the ownership of the franchise is willing to share the profit back with the agents that help us grow the company. We call that profit share. The beauty of it is it can be as high as 50% of the profit every single month that will get shared back. So here's why we say stakeholder and not shareholder. You also don't have the the expense, if you will, or the liability to leasing out a giant office space or hiring staff or managing all of those processes that a brokerage has to do. We take care of all of that for you. And yet we work really hard to try to keep those expenses down as much as possible so we have more profit to share back with you guys, our new stakeholders. So that's just a quick kind of wrap of why we use that phrase, that word, and we're glad you guys are here. Thank you.
Absolutely. And thank you, Chip, for sharing that. I've always thought it was fascinating. Other real estate companies I worked for were publicly held, publicly traded, and we're not as agent-centric as we are here at Keller Williams. And I love the culture that we have, and I love that we have a company that cares about us and allows us that opportunity. So welcome to the family. Manny, Amy, Shannon, Ben, Blake, Mark, Wileen, and Lane. Welcome to our family. And then we have some birthdays, and Joseph Klosick has been hiding, but we all know it's your birthday today. So we have some birthdays today, Brian, Joseph, and Janice. And then for the month of September, we just want to say happy birthday to Keith, Chad, Amy, Tara, Clara, Elizabeth, Paul, Melissa, Deb, Elizabeth, Hunter, Sean, Rosalie, Reggie, Peggy, Bill, Dakota, and Angelica. So happy birthday, and hope to see you around the hallways at some point so we can actually properly say happy birthday to you. And little moment for Tech Talk. Is this Nate?
Yeah, Nate should be on here.
He's on the phone right now.
Oh, we'll go back to him.
Broker Minute with Joseph.
Hello, everyone. It's been a fun week. Just a couple of quick things to update. What are we seeing the most of right now? A big thing that we really would like to reiterate is there is a lot of conversations that are happening on the phone that should probably be dropped into an email as a follow-up. So if you are having a lot of discussions with your clients, particularly, things you're going to do, hey, I will contact the lender about rushing the appraisal, or we will talk to so-and-so about this. Or if the buyer or seller says, yes, I'll consider doing this, the email doesn't substitute for a contract. However, if it's kind of a unilateral action that they're saying they'll do, just make sure you follow up with that. Second thing, I have three things. Second thing is contract classes. The contract series is still running on Tuesdays at 2 p.m. So make sure that you are there. We obviously didn't have it last week because of Mega Camp. However, we had a good one this week. We go through the contract, the purchase agreement on the 3rd Tuesday of the month. We have kind of an open forum on the 4th, and then on the 1st and 2nd Tuesdays, we do buyer side and seller side respectively. So be sure to come to that. And then lastly, not to go bold on you because I don't like to assault people with bold laws, but keep your emotions between the lines. One of the biggest things that we're seeing to cause issues in the contract, our emotions are super high right now. So just make sure that we all remember we're the professional. Use the contract as your guide. And as always, call me if you need any help. That's all I got.
Thank you, Joseph. So Keller Williams Young Professionals. Winnie? Is that who's going to speak?
I believe so. I haven't seen if she's on the call.
I did see her name pop up.
Oh, wait,
See her
I'm
name.
on mute.
Oh,
There she is.
Okay. Hi, I'm Winnie, and I'm the new president of the KWYP Young Professionals chapter. And so if you don't know what that is, it's the 40 and under chapter for young professionals and young leaders in KW. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all of our members that are actually on this call right now. So we have Whitney and John, and we have Vince, and we have Tiffany, and we have Adrian. And if I missed somebody, I'm sorry, but just wanted to make sure that if you're not aware of KWYP, that we have a lot of events coming up and kind of what we offer. So the next thing that we have coming up is October 14th. We're having a happy hour. We've actually just added Hilton Head, Beaufort area to our membership base, which is really cool. So we're going to head maybe closer to that way so that we can hang out with that crew. And then in the past, we also have had guest speakers. We had Nick Baldwin just 2 months ago. So we have a meeting every single month, and then a social opportunity about once a quarter. So if you want more information on getting involved in KWYP, just be sure and reach out to one of our members, and we would love to connect with you about some of the other benefits of it. So that's all for me.
Awesome. And for anybody who's under the age of 40, definitely reach out and connect with Winnie. I was thoroughly impressed with what they have to offer. It is absolutely head and shoulders above any other YP program I've ever seen through the Chambers of Commerce or any other organization. So please take advantage of that. Is Nate available? Still on the phone?
He's still on the phone.
It's on the phone. I texted him, so I'll keep in touch with him to see.
Desiree, let's get an update on Culture KW Cares. There's a lot going on right now.
Good morning, everybody. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Desiree, and I'm the head of the Culture Committee for our ALC. And as y'all know, the Gulf Coast and the Northwest have been super affected by the hurricanes and wildfires, and we have a lot of Keller Williams agents in those areas whose families have been affected. So what we have started to do this week is collect money and gift cards that we can send to those regional offices, and you know, just give some financial support to those agents. So there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can sign up to have a gift card purchased, or you can sign up through the green sheets if you wanted to, if you have a closing coming up, to have a donation made directly to KW Cares. And let's see what we can do. For those of you who are not familiar with KW Cares, it's a great nonprofit organization that Gary Keller put together to help all of our KW agents around the world when they're in need. You know, we've done all different kinds of things. For instance, you know, if there have been hurricanes, we've sent agents to those areas to help clean up, provide, you know, personal support as well as financial support. If we have agents who have become ill, or family members who become ill, you know, we help in ways around that too. So if you want to learn more about KW Cares, reach out to me, and I'll give you some more details. But meanwhile, if you'd be willing to donate anything, $5, $25 to go towards the Gulf Coast and in the Northwest, your help would be greatly appreciated.
Thank you, Desiree. We do have a couple of options for that. You can go to kwcares.org and click donate now and make a donation. Or Tiffany, do you want to tell them what they need to do if they want to put it on their agent bill?
Yeah, so we can also add it to your agent bill. We sent out a form yesterday, and we can send that out again. Or you can just shoot me an email or put it in the chat right now of how much you'd like me to add to your agent billing, and I can get that process so we can pull it through the account we have on file with you, or the credit card. So we can start collecting donations right now as you sit here, and we can just charge your card. So whatever is easiest for you, you've got my email and information. Would love to be able to get that collected.
And I've been in touch with the productivity coach down in the Pensacola Market Center, and while they've received a lot of help, and they're extremely grateful to KW Cares. The trucks were literally there the next day, full of supplies, generators, emergency medical stuff, everything you could possibly think of. And there's still a lot of need, and there will be for some time. So let's not forget about them. And then the wildfires also. So everything we can do to help, just, you know, give what you can. Mike Green, would you be able to talk to us about the historical IALC meeting, please?
Yes. Can everybody hear me? I think I'm unmuted. Yes. So last week at Mega Camp, for those of you who were a part of it and for those of you who were not, there was a historic vote, as Karen mentioned, taken by our International Associate Leadership Council, which is also known as our IALC, that basically addressed two proposals that were brought forth by the Social Equity Task Force. And proposal one was to add equity opportunities for all to our Keller Williams belief system, which we also call the Y4C2Ts. And so that was passed unanimously. So equity opportunities for all is now a part of our Y4C2Ts. It's a part of our belief system. And basically, it's just another opportunity for us as a company to make sure that we are, I guess, treating everyone equitably, fairly, and making sure that everyone here has access to the same opportunities. Proposal number 2 was to add a diversity, equity, and inclusion committee to our local ALC standing committees. So it differs from market center to market center, but for right now, I believe we have 5 committees in our ALC. So this will be one that's added to it next year. And again, that just gives us a platform in the market center to develop, discuss, promote best practices and strategies for everyone to be treated fairly and feel like this is a welcoming place to work. And then lastly, at Mega Camp on day 1, you may have seen Gary Keller and a few others with the Social Equity Task Force t-shirts that are now available for purchase. All proceeds from those t-shirt purchases will go to the Social Equity Task Force to help promote and fund different initiatives that they're taking on nationally, as well as some that we will be taking on locally. I will post a link to where you can actually go to purchase those t-shirts. And then this afternoon, you should all receive an email from me that talks a little bit more about what I just discussed, and also talks about an upcoming meeting and conversation that we'll have early in October for the Social Equity Task Force.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing, Mike. And I know we spoke yesterday. So for those of you that are wondering, how can I get involved? How can I make a difference? Mike's going to send out that email today, and I encourage you to follow up with him and make sure that we're all united and that we're working together. And I'm excited about the historical, the meeting that they had and the vote that they had, and that everything has been received as well as it has. So thank you again, Mike. I appreciate you. Tiffany, what's happening? What's coming?
Nate is back. So let's throw it over to Nate for the tech talk real quick, and then we'll go talk about what's coming up.
Hey, sorry, I had a client call. Just want to give everybody some information, let everybody know. So you should have received in an email, if you haven't already, we're going to try to post it to the Mount Pleasant private group as well, but should have received an email from Talbert Barger requesting you to fill out a little survey. It's about 3 or 4 questions, and it just basically is asking you, where are you with your tech in terms of what do you use in your business? What kind of tech are you interested in learning more about? That way we can provide resources for you and prepare our classes that we have kind of twice a month on the subjects that matter most to you. We've gone through a lot of command and a lot of details in command, and we'll continue to do that as it has rollouts of bigger changes. We went through that actually last Tuesday, the changes that came out over Mega Camp. And then, so do search your emails for that. If you don't get it, maybe because you're not on the email list, if you're newer, or if you just haven't seen it, let me know. Send me an email, natefreeman@kw.com, and we'll send it back out to you. And again, we'll try to get it on the Facebook page so that people can just respond to it there. And then finally, if you have any questions about command or tech or anything like that, know that me and Talbert are always available to answer your questions. So just send us an email, give us a call. If it's something that's in depth, we will probably have to schedule something with you to go over it. And then I have about 10 hours a week of regular hours set aside for you. It's on a calendar that you can just sign up for in 15-minute increments, and I'd be happy to walk through any issues that you maybe have.
Thank you, Nate. Would you mind posting the link to your calendar in the chat, just for reference?
I will. I'll do that right now.
I just saw that Mike posted the t-shirt link, so if you'll post it there, everybody can check that as they're going through. All right, Tiffany, you're up.
All right, sorry for the complications on the slideshow. It's my turn coming up on what we have going on. So first and foremost, just to let you guys know, all of our calendar links and activities are happening on Google Calendar. And so you can subscribe today to the klrw341@kw.com email address, and I'll put the link to the direct link to the calendar in there. You can subscribe to that calendar and actually create an opportunity for you to get a daily email that tells you what's happening every single day with the Zoom links and all of that straight to your email. That comes out about 5 a.m. So just in the nick of time to know what you should be doing today. And so that's an easy way for us to be able to share Zoom links with you, share registration links so that everything can stay up to date and you're not just searching through the emails that I know you didn't read 4 days in advance to get the Zoom link for something today. So just make sure you subscribe to that. John Crompton, I'm looking at you. You just popped up on my screen. So make sure you do that. The next thing we have is what's happening today and tomorrow. So today we have PC coaching at 2 o'clock. So if you have transactions, questions and stuff, and you're in the productivity coaching program, you'll learn more about that in a little bit. Come at 2. And then tomorrow we have our state of the companies. We know that it happened back to back, and that was because of Mega Camp last week. And so moving forward, we are not planning on having a team meeting today and a state of the companies the next day. It just kind of worked out when we lost a week due to other things. So definitely come out to that. We'll be talking about Mega Camp. There'll be a panel. It's going to be awesome. And at 1 o'clock tomorrow, we have PC Mastermind for everybody in the productivity coaching program as well. You'll also see we have our week in a glance. So on Monday of next week, we've got our daily check-ins that are happening. That's something that's happening with both market centers. Vince has been putting that on for a few months now with West Ashley. And so now we are joining forces for an 8:45 daily check-in where we go over the John Maxwell Daily Reader. It's a quick 15 minutes. It's done by 9 o'clock every single day. So you're more than welcome to join at any time. At 2 p.m., we have PC transaction coaching on Monday. Tuesday, we got the daily check-in and the contracts class like Joseph talked about. Wednesday, we've got CES presentation is everything. So that is a class you need to register for in advance, and then they'll send you the Zoom link. It's from 9 to 12. Also on there, you'll see on the side, right before team meeting, we were able to add a Mega Camp Mastermind this Wednesday at 1 p.m. or next Wednesday at 1 p.m. So be on the lookout for if you attended Mega Camp or you didn't attend and you just kind of want to hear from what we learned. We're going to be going more in depth of what's happening, what happened at Mega Camp. Also be aware you still have access to everything Mega Camp if you did sign up for the next 60 days. So you still have opportunity to watch anything you missed out on. Thursday, we have PC transaction coaching again. And then Friday, we have market stats with Anton next week with the PC Mastermind. So make sure you are coming out to all the things. The October calendar should be out very shortly, working on that. And we'll have tons more trainings for you to take part in as we head into the 4th quarter. So that's what I've got. And now we're on to productivity coaching.
Hey, Tiffany, really quickly, can you repeat all that?
Yeah.
No. We won't do that to her. Thank you, Tiffany.
It will be in an email.
I was gonna say, where can we find out where to go for all of those things? Is that in that calendar that we need to link to?
Yeah, so the calendar that I'm going to send the link out once the next group starts talking is going to be in the chat, as well as you will be seeing a recap email of everything that's sent out from this team meeting hitting your inbox shortly after the meeting is over. So we'll have all the links for everything you need there. However, all the Zoom links are going to be inside the calendar so that you can access it at any time.
Perfect.
Quick question.
Yeah.
So the link that you sent last month, for the October calendar, is that a new link that we're going to have to put in, or
That's a great question. No, that's the same link. So you that link is the link to the calendar, and you can actually go on there into that settings and subscribe to that calendar. I'll send out instructions too, again, on how to subscribe so that you don't have to click that link every time. You can just go to a Gmail calendar and it'll automatically be posted up there for you.
Yeah, that's how it pulls up. So I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
Yep.
I got you.
It's the same link. So everything should be in the same spot moving forward.
Feel free to post it in the chat too.
Yep, will do.
All right, Adrienne, talk to us about productivity coaching.
All right, so we are really excited to announce that the program that we've been running for about a year in West Ashley is moving over to include the Mount Pleasant office. We have 14 of our amazing agents who have joined us already, and we are excited to expand that opportunity. So I'm just going to talk briefly about what the program looks like and what you can expect. It is a coaching program in the true sense of the word. There are both group and individual coaching sessions. We tend to start our process with goal setting because you can't hit a target if you have no idea what that target looks like, and understanding the activities that underlie your financial goals based on the Millionaire Real Estate Agents models is a really critical starting point for any business. We coach to all levels to get you ready for MAPS coaching. So our goal is to really bring you in the door, help you utilize the command, the tech that you have at your fingertips to leverage back out to give you time to focus on your relationships and really build your business to the level you want your business to be, which is something that we do early on so that we understand what your vision of success looks like, and we work with you to kind of grow in that direction. Along with that, I should mention that this is a really good time of year to do goal setting. We are 98 days out from 2021, so it is time to gear up and get ready and put those systems in place. So in an effort to really foster that for you guys and for the agents, if you are not a capping agent, you are eligible for Market Center funded productivity coaching for the rest of the year if you sign up before January. What that means, if you do not cap regularly, come and talk to us. The consult is free. We can talk about the program more in depth, the steps of the program, the systems we have in place to support you. And then it will come out as we close new deals. We'll get paid from the Market Center side. So your Market Center is really investing back in you and believing in their agents and wanting to grow that business and grow those connections. And I think that that's a really cool thing and a testament to the culture of the leadership team in this office. So we're really excited for Karen to be joining that team too, because honestly, it's amazing to have a team leader with coaching background who is so invested in the agents and seeing everyone's success happen. It is not just me. Our coaching program comes with a team now. Krista Vera is one of our other coaches. You will see her around a lot. She's actually here with me, so everybody say hi. So the two of us work together to really work with you on all fronts, whether it's from a goal setting perspective, utilizing command at the highest availability, social media, all of that. We're here to help you with it. We want to grow your businesses and help you do that. And so reach out and let us know. The consults don't take long. They at least get your foot in the door so you know what you're looking for. The other part of our business is a transaction coordination business, and Kirsty Rawl is on here. She is our transaction coordination partner. So if you need transaction coordination services, they will be reduced cost for coaching clients, and also we run them for all of our agents. So if that's something you're looking at building leverage into your business, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, Krista, or Kirsty. If you are interested in coaching yourself at some point, if that's a growth point for you, please reach out and let us know. Let Karen know, let Chip know, let me know, because we are always looking to build our bench for talent and bring new agent coaches in from the perspective of people who have seen success. And we want to help you grow towards whatever goals those are, including potential leadership roles. So please, please, please don't hesitate. We're excited to do that. We're excited to partner with you guys. If you are looking as a stakeholder to take advantage of the profit share program, please send us recruits for new or non-capping agents who are licensed. We are happy to meet with them, to talk to them about the programs, to coach them a little into KW and into the systems. We are here for that too, and to support you that way, and we'll make sure that you stay tied to that recruit so that we can build your profit share as well going forward. And lastly, but not least, if you are already in productivity coaching, make sure that Mastermind tomorrow at 1, I know Tiffany mentioned it already, is on your radar and on your calendar. It's extremely important. We are going to go through all of the programs that are available to you, from group coaching, which is daily, all the way through the new Google Drive, which has a ton of support documents and is being updated with video support as we speak, so that if you have questions, and we will have easy resources and places for you to go no matter what or what time it is, so that you can feel supported around the clock. Give us a call if you've got any questions. I'm going to put my cell phone and my email in the chat box. We'll also send out a recap video of the program and a cheat sheet for the program too. It'll go out with the summary email from Team Meeting.
So thank you, Adrienne. And just to give you a little background and thought on coaching from my perspective, I joined Keller Williams just over 5 years ago, 17 years in the business. The first thing I did was hire a productivity coach. I didn't understand the myth that that was just for new agents. I recently, over the last 2 years, have been a productivity coach in the Morrisville Lake Norman Market Center. A majority of my clients came to me at the point of 2 and 3 years in the business when they had done all they could do on their own with the training they have. The coaching is what's going to help push you to achieve those goals on the days when you don't really feel like doing the things you know you need to do. I partnered with Chip and Adrian back in April. I had agents that were struggling in the beginning of that COVID and the non-essential category for the Charlotte-Mecklenburg area. And some of their businesses ended up 400% year over year by the end of summer because they did the activities, they were on the calls. We have daily coaching, multiple opportunities throughout the week. We start at 7:30 in the morning, we do group lead generation, and we also have some other sessions in the afternoon that emphasize what we've been talking about. And right now we're focused on goal setting for 2021 and finishing the year strong. So please reach out to the coaches and take advantage of that. So the next thing we're going to talk about quickly, how many people do we have that went to Mega Camp? Yeah, so I just want to hear your thoughts. So feel free to speak up. Tell me what you thought. Share with the group, please.
I mean, this was my first Mega Camp, and I wasn't sure exactly what to expect. I had an idea from what everyone told me from the live version. So I figured it'd be something like that. But in terms of like, you know, what would be discussed and talked about, you know, I knew it was in real estate. But I guess my takeaway was just all the things that I thought I knew about real estate that they brought up. And I'm like, oh yeah, you know, like the branding and the online and the command. And so it kind of put everything together nicely, and then how they broke it down. And I don't know, I enjoyed it. I got a lot out of it, you know, so those are my thoughts.
Thanks, Fanny. Who else?
I have a lot. I'll talk about kind of from a local level. My aha, it wasn't an aha just much of the experiences. Even though we still kind of separated and watched our own events, I was really, really appreciative of how many people showed up physically for Mega Camp. And even though, like I said, most of the time we were split up into offices, but you know, Kristen and Tiffany, well, everybody did a great job of kind of creating that environment and a location for us to go to. So it was cool for us to see it, because going back to what Manny was saying, in those general sessions, like for us to hear those things together, and even when you'd go downstairs and hear the side conversations, I feel like everyone just had a better understanding now of this technology. Like Manny said, it's like now we kind of understand on a higher level why so much effort is putting into this and why it's so important for us in our business, which helps us both communicate that with our client as well as the other agents in the market center.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And
Go ahead, Manny.
Yeah, can we just shout them out? Krista and brain blank, for hosting that live version in the market center. I thought that was really cool, and it was a great chance for everyone to kind of meet each other. So yeah, that was awesome. They did a great job with that.
Agreed. It's fantastic. What a great first week for the new team leader to come in, because the place was like full of energy and excitement, and we were all like, our hair was on fire. It was awesome. And it's like I got a warm welcome with Mega Camp, and I was able to probably meet more people than have been here over the last few weeks. So extremely grateful for that opportunity. Wasn't it awesome to have Google and Facebook on stage or in conversations and dialogues with our CEO, Gary Keller? I mean, wow.
Well, I think, yeah. Hey, Karen, I think that definitely goes to show the power of who we are, not just as a real estate company, but what, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, Gary Keller made the statement that we were going to become a technology company. Mm-hmm. I think that pretty much validated that, because we partnered with Facebook and Google to get those very valuable insights just from even how consumers are searching as it relates to real estate, and things then that we can implement into our own world, and how we can have different conversations with people or market ourselves differently or add certain keywords or phrases and things in there that can help us get more business and convert more business. So I think I'm glad you brought that one up because that was my biggest aha out of it.
Yeah, for me, it just validated us. And then the staggering, so as an agent, for those of you that attended, you hopefully heard this. If you didn't, just know that Google provided us with information about what consumers are looking for. They're looking for virtual. They're looking for contactless. They're looking for ways to do business with people, and they're willing to leave the people they've done business with in the past if somebody else is offering a service to accommodate what they're looking for right now in the pandemic. So just be aware of that with your marketing and with your tag words. I'll just share one of the things that I thought was awesome. Anybody who's ever done buyers seminars, sellers seminars, investor seminars, career nights, anything like that, this was worth the whole week to me. What about doing or hosting like a downsizing seminar, create it one time as a live event, and then play it every Tuesday and Thursday evening as a webinar, and all you have to do is monitor the chat? What kind of leverage is that? And it might take you 1 or 2 or 3 times to get it the way you want it. But whatever your message is, and you could promote that with those keywords that Google says that consumers are searching for, and you could test it and play with it. But how awesome would it be to have the virtual open houses or whatever you're doing be replayed and the traffic be reshared, and to continue to promote them as a webinar, and not have to physically show up and put the energy out there every single time, like 2 or 3 times a week. So that was a big takeaway for me. What else do we have you want to share?
I'll say something. I noticed, honestly, when I think it was Josh Team and Google and Facebook were talking, and they were talking about data alliances and this whole concept. And Gary said this for years, but the 4th industrial revolution being big data. And when I heard, I think it was Josh or Gary, I'm not sure who said it, but they said the largest real estate company with the largest real estate data has partnered from a data alliance standpoint with the largest search engine company with the most search data, and also the largest social media company with the most social data. What happens when the 3 of them come together and think about the power behind all of that data? For real estate agents is the center of the transaction and the fiduciary in the transaction. So I was fascinated by how that whole thing came together. It really put the pieces together for me and helped me connect the dots in what the idea, and Joseph kind of talked to this, what the idea of the technology and what the idea of command really is in creating an ecosystem, creating community, and utilizing data so that the agent is always in the center of the transaction as the fiduciary. So I thought that was a really easy way to put it, in those 3 companies being the biggest and together.
Well, and I love what connects with that is that we talk about a lot of businesses try to build those relationships for a profit, right? So we have a lot of companies trying to gain the Facebook data, all the different data so that they can make a profit and make their own money. With alignment of Keller Williams lining up with these people, they're giving us this connectivity at cost. It's not a profit thing for KW. And so this partnership has allowed leads to be created for less than $2, like a lead. Like these partnerships are allowing us, because of our relationship with Keller Williams and Keller Williams' relationship with Facebook, to have incredible margins that at any other company like that's where the money is right now, is in the data. And we're partnered with some of the largest companies, and they're partnering with us so we get it at cost, because Keller Williams isn't in the business to make money from the data. They're in the business to have agents make money with the data as a resource. And I think we heard that more and saw how that's working more than ever before, because we've been talking about it for who knows how long.
Right.
I think along those lines too, from like looking at it from the agent's perspective, typically when you have these events, you have a smaller group of people that are interviewed. So let's be honest, they're a little easier to be cherry picked. This was not the case. I mean, you're talking about over 40 different agents were interviewed, and what was glaringly eye-opening to me was almost all of them were using command. They were all in. Mm-hmm. And for me, because I put the OP hat on, I can speak the company line. Yay, command, everything's great. From an agent standpoint, I could also fall into that, it's not this, that glitch, yada, 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 and use all these excuses when it's to a point now where, with a few exceptions with large teams, like there's no excuse not to be all in right now. And that was kind of, even Lynn, in listening to some of the follow-ups, she was the same way. She was like, this is fixed all the problems that we thought were there, a lot of which weren't.
And let us as your leadership team know, like if you're ready to let's go get command, let us know so we can meet you where you are. And we will find the resources and find the help for you to get your business where it needs to be. Nothing's worse than seeing a friend or a past client's house with another sign in the yard. And to me, command is the engine that's going to drive our business to keep that from happening. It's going to close the gaps for us when we write on Post-it notes or do whatever we do. I write on a lot of paper. So, I mean, I've always got notes everywhere, and command is a place we can not only put those notes, but we can set reminders and have things automated. So it's literally your virtual assistant, and it's going to have artificial intelligence. So it's going to make us look smarter than we are. And I'm game for that. Right. So very cool things that were brought up. So did anybody watch the script off? Because that's what I heard a lot of people raving about.
That was cool to watch.
Yeah, so I mean, that was awesome. And it was also super, like you were cheering for people and all that. I kind of think, Vince, if you're down for this, we're going to have like between the two market centers at some point.
That would be cool.
I love it.
Yeah. So if you didn't see that, we do have access to Mega Camp. We have access to the material for the next 60 days. Even if you didn't purchase a ticket, you can still get access to that material. Come talk to us. There's options and ways for that to happen. I was on a leadership Zoom right before we started our team meeting, and they were asking some of the MAPS coaches, if you were to go back and only be able to rewatch one thing, what would you watch? And not one of them could say just one thing. First of all, the market update with Gary Keller, that was available to all of us, whether you signed up for Mega Camp or not. And I mean, I'm happy to stream that here in the conference room and the training room any day of the week. If you want to come sit down and physically put yourself in front of it, that is information that you can take and use on your buyer and seller appointments. The data, the statistics, the stuff that's there that talks about, I don't know what those of you who are watching then thought, but the numbers were astronomical, and they were surprising and enlightening, and I was fascinated by it. I mean, I have to go back and watch it like 10 times because it'll take that long for me to be able to articulate the information. But the market update was absolutely mind-blowing. Oh, see, Tiffany's hooking us up over there. And then the Josh team presentation or interview with Facebook and Google. Wow. That's where I think all of us really went, the power is in the technology, and the technology is the power. There were some amazing top agent interviews. So if you watch some of those with Gary and Jay interviewing those top agents, those are always my favorite part of Mega Camp, because that's where you pick up the stuff like there's an easier way or a better way to do it. And you enhance what you're already doing or what you want to do without reinventing the wheel. The keynotes, Keith Cunningham, Tim Ferriss, there was just a ton of content to go back and rewatch. If you don't watch anything else though, the script off, I'm telling you, like that has power and that has impact, and they made it so fun. And everyone who participated in that was so amazing that it was hard to choose sometimes. So one of the reasons we're going to do a panel tomorrow for State of the Company, followed by a mastermind on Wednesday at 1 o'clock, is turning ahas into action items. So I think I sent this to Tiffany, but there's a Mega Camp form that was emailed out by MAPS that actually has you list your one thing, your success list, and your action items. And this is something we can work through at our mastermind and have a conversation around, and then even have an accountability or a peer partner to help hold us to this, and also share it with our coach. So it's something that maybe Tiffany can share out with the Zoom link for the panel, and take advantage of that if you can. Anybody have anything else they want to share? Any questions about Mega Camp?
Is it always in Austin, Texas?
Yes, except this year it wasn't.
Yeah.
Great question. It's always in Austin. It has always been one of my favorite events, and I think that it will always be in Austin, and it will always have a virtual option moving forward. I don't think they're going to take it away. So, yeah. Okay, so anybody have any buyer or seller needs or listing announcements that they'd like to make?
Go ahead, Anton.
Sure. Find me a one-story in Seaside Farms, please.
Okay, somebody can go door knocking or farming and prospecting for that.
Side note around that, if you guys are picking up listings or working with sellers, please make sure you ask them if they have put their home in forbearance. We have seen a couple this week where they did not let their agent know until they are days out from the closing, and the CD shows up with quite a different payment than they're expecting. So make sure you're having that conversation, because we're starting to see some of that.
Good point. Yeah, that's a good script. In the I say in the old days, it wasn't really the old days, but a long time ago in real estate, when things were happening and people were getting behind on their mortgages, in addition to asking during the listing consult or even the pre-qual, who is your, do you have a mortgage on the property, or do you own it free and clear? Are you current on your mortgage? Have you taken out any additional mortgages? Because that's the last thing you want to find out. So at the last minute, because sometimes they end up in a situation where they don't have the funds to close. So they get held to that contract. So thank you, Adrian, for bringing that up. Anybody else have buyer needs or listings they want to brag about?
Well, I have a buyer need. I have a buyer in Tennessee looking for a property close to the beach, but doesn't have to be on the beach, where they can rent it out and use it for vacation when they want. So if anyone has anything similar to that or like that, you let me know.
Okay. Sounds good. All right, so any other questions, needs, ideas, suggestions? I just want to tell you guys, like, I've enjoyed my first week and a half here, right? I am very open to your ideas and your suggestions. This was my first team meeting virtually ever in my life. So I've hosted a lot of team meetings. I'm just used to having a room full of people and a lot of energy. So this is a little more difficult. If you've done buyer or seller consultations this way, it's a little different, right? So thank you for working with us today through everything. And I have a tear off in my office. If there's something in the market center that you like and you want to make sure we keep doing it, let me know. I'm going to make a list of that. If there's something you'd like for us to stop doing, that is not necessary or it's just not working or not helping, tell us that too. And if there's something that you have an idea or suggestion that was done in the past or that you've always wanted us to try, please let me know. This is your
outfit again.
What?
Let me mute myself. I had somebody come in.
Oh, okay. I was like, I thought somebody was trying to shut me down. This is our market center, and we are I want to do what's in the best interest of everybody here to help you grow your businesses and live your best life. So just let me know how I can help, and together we're going to make this the place to be. So if you haven't been by in a while, please stop in, say hello. I'm at the very front door. And
I know.
Go, Manny.
So the young professionals, I know you said that they have a social event that they do, but is there anything that like the market centers, like the West Ashley and Mount Pleasant, do networking besides that? Like, or is it just with the Keller Williams Young Professional? Like the social hour, I'm guessing it's like you go out and you network.
You're talking about as market. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to bring something back, and being respectful of COVID, we're going to have to do some virtual stuff initially, or even like a cornhole tournament in the parking lot, and we're going to be very conscious of crowds for now, and we will be doing some stuff. So suggestions, ideas that are good practices right now, I would happily welcome those, because I want to get to know you guys.
I always forget that COVID's still here. So
I know. You know, when it goes away, it's game on, right? We'll have a social every single month. So, but it's been great. So, well, I appreciate you guys being here today. If you have anything else, you know where to find me or know where to find us. I'm here in the Market Center, and we're here to help you guys. So have a great day. I hope to see you tomorrow at the Mega Camp panel and throughout next week with all the excellent training we have going on. So
thanks, Karen.
thank you guys.
Bye.
Thank you.